everyone, as you can see I'm moving away from the makeup subject today to talk a little bit about fitness. I usually reserve any talk about exercise, fitness, health, that kind of thing for my blog, which I will link down below if you are interested to go and check out. But I had a request from a subscriber, Elizabeth White I think her name is, I'm sorry if I've remembered that wrong, but on my giveaway video to talk a little bit about fitness motivation there's a Freudian slip, fitness motivation tips on my channel, and I thought it was a subject that lended quite well to chatting about rather than writing about. So thank you for that suggestion, I am doing that today. So these are sort of some general tips for staying motivated for fitness. I will say two things. First of all, I do have a blog post on this subject that I wrote a while ago, so some of these will overlap but some of these are new. And the second thing is that I am not talking about this from an expert point of view or whatsoever. This is just me finding my way through the dark with fitness as I've sort of got more into it over the last few years. So let's get into it. So the first one is really obvious but equally really important in my opinion, and that is finding exercise that you enjoy. You're not going to go and do it regularly or work very hard if it's something that you just don't enjoy doing. There is, in my opinion, something out there for everyone when it comes to exercise. I hate running, I hate getting on the treadmill, and I absolutely hate the cross trainer. So those are things that I A, avoid, and B, if I do them, I just don't work very hard. So you have to find things that you really love. There's so much out there. Even within the gym itself, there's loads of equipment. So if you look at a piece of equipment, you're like, what the hell is that? I don't know how to use it. Ask one of the instructors to show you how to use it. Maybe you will love it. I've really been enjoying the battle ropes lately, and if you go on YouTube and look through search for battle ropes, you will find loads of different ways to use the battle ropes as well, so you can have a complete body workout out of that. And classes is something I really enjoy. There's two classes I absolutely love attending at the moment. It's Boogie Bounce and Anti-Gravity Yoga. I won't go into too much detail about what they are because I could probably do a whole separate video on that or a post, but they are classes that are A, different for me, B, in a big group, C, one of them incorporates dance and music, so I just really enjoy it, and they're really good workouts as well. So yeah, finding something that you enjoy so that you'll stick to it is definitely almost the first starting point for me. My second tip is to use social media, but to use it carefully. So this one kind of comes with a caution as well. So the reason I'd recommend using social media is for the motivation in the first place. There are loads of, especially on Instagram, I find that to be the best platform for me in terms of motivation. So yeah, especially on Instagram, there are loads and loads of accounts out there that you can follow. Tips for diet, exercise, motivation, and also getting involved in a community. If you're commenting on people's Instagram posts, you're getting even more information from them, you're getting that sort of support if you're sort of going on a similar journey to them. And even if you have an Instagram account for your health and fitness journey, then likewise you get that back from people liking and commenting and interacting with you. I do have an Instagram account dedicated to sort of health and fitness stuff, which I will link below and put the whatever you call it, screen name, tag name up on screen now as well. And again, that's not coming from any professional point of view, that's just me sort of posting things that are fitness and health related. If you have your own account as well, that definitely motivates you because you have to have some sort of health and fitness element to your lifestyle to have the content to post in the first place, so that in itself is quite motivating. But the caution I would say is probably two things. First of all, make sure you are taking advice from people that know what they're talking about. I mean, the advice I'm giving today is just general motivation tips, but if you're trying to get advice for specific exercise, specific nutrition, specific ways to eat and ways to exercise, you want to make sure that that is from a place of knowledge basically. So I will link some of my favourite Instagram accounts down below for people that I think are really good to follow, because although there are a lot of accounts out there, they aren't necessarily all good to follow. I don't want to criticise anybody, but you know, not everyone is coming from an evidence-based point of view when they're giving out specific nutrition and fitness advice, so you just have to be careful. And the other reason I think you have to be careful is because it can be too much. So if, you know, guilt and envy are two really unhelpful and really negative and dangerous emotions, and if you are getting guilt and envy from looking at all these other people's accounts, especially the people that in your view are out of your reach and unrealistic, then perhaps it can start to get a bit unhealthy. So you want to make sure you're not spending too much time trawling through Instagram and making yourself feel bad about yourself. You need to use it for the positive aspects. So yeah, it's natural to draw comparisons when you sort of on journeys like that, but really the only person you should be comparing yourself to is your previous self, if that makes sense. That's a bit of a self-helpy guru type of thing to say, isn't it? But and everyone does it, but it's really unhealthy, I think, to compare yourself too much to other people. So as much as you can use other people for inspiration, that is great, and you should be there to support each other. If it's getting to the point where it's making you feel down about yourself, perhaps you need to take a step back and just use social media for the right reasons. The third one is to have a workout partner, or more than one, which would be even better. Obviously, well, for most people, I think, if you've got someone that you can work out with, A, you're more likely to do it, and again, B, you're more likely to actually work hard at it, because if you're kind of trying to keep up with them, or they're trying to keep up with you, or you're trying to both achieve a certain goal, then you're more likely to work hard as well. I work out with my sister-in-law, Rachel, at the exercise classes I've just mentioned. We both attend the same classes, and if I go to the gym, I go with my husband. So I'm lucky enough to have two people that live quite close to me. Well, my husband lives with me, obviously, but Rachel lives nearby. So that means that it's realistic that we can regularly work out together. So find people that you can work out with, whether it be family, friends, work colleagues, particularly if they are in the near vicinity to you. So if you go to the gym at work, get a work colleague to come along with you every day, or 4 days a week, 3 days a week, however often you go. The reason it works for me is there might be a day that I'm really not feeling it, my husband is, he drags me along, vice versa, so all in all we end up being more consistent with our exercise, and the same if you're attending classes with someone as well. My fourth tip would be to set goals, and this is going to be completely dependent, i.e. what the goals are going to be completely dependent on why you're exercising, who you are, where you are in your journey. I keep using that word, but there's not really another way to explain it. So not only just to set goals, but to make them trackable as well. So, I mean, your goal might be anything. For example, I have got a goal at the moment. I've recently reset it for myself because I didn't actually achieve it last time. So my goal is by Christmas to be able to do 10 push-ups. My upper body strength is really an area I really need to and want to work on. And I can't even do one push-up at the moment. So by Christmas, I would like to do 10 push-ups. So that is a small goal within the whole sort of realms of health and fitness. That A, I think is achievable, and B, is measurable as well, because if I'm working on my upper body, now and then, between now and Christmas, I can see if I've progressed from my half or one push-up that I can do at the moment, and by Christmas hopefully I'll be able to do the 10. The other thing about goals is they should definitely be flexible, and they should definitely change as well. So your goal could be anything. It might be to lose a certain amount of weight, it might be to increase your muscle percentage by a certain amount, it might be to fit into a certain dress, it might be just to work out a certain number of times per week consistently for a certain number of weeks. It might be to eat fish 3 times a week to get the sort of nutrients in that you want from fish. It could literally be anything, but write it down, have a way to track it, and have a date that you're going to review it and see how you go. If you don't achieve it, don't be too down on yourself. You can alter it, you can adapt it, or you can set a new goal. I just find that if you're working towards something rather than general, oh, I want to get fitter, it just really helps to motivate you day to day, week to week, to actually go to the gym or go and do this exercise or do whatever it is that you want to do to keep fit. Number 5, and I think this is one that I also mentioned in my blog post, is wear workout gear that makes you feel good. I used to just wear any old thing, basically stuff that had worn out, so leggings that are kind of gone a bit faded, and t-shirts that were probably near their sell by date and starting to get a bit holy. I used to wear those to the gym or to work out in. It doesn't really make you feel very good if you're not wearing clothes that you think you look good in and that feel really comfortable. So in the same way now that if I was going to anywhere else, I want to wear an outfit that makes me feel good, I do the same if I'm exercising now. So it does mean spending a little bit of money, but it doesn't have to be expensive. And I find it just makes you feel better and feel more interested in exercising if you're going to put on clothes that make you feel good. Especially, you know, if it's clothes that are designed to work out in, they will actually make you want to work out for longer, especially that sweat wicking thing. I mentioned in my Ivy Park call that I didn't know what this sweat wicking thing means. Now I've learned that it means it draws the sweat away from your body as you're sweating, so that you're more comfortable and you can actually then work out for longer. So it's not just about how you look and feel, it's about how good the clothes are to actually work out in. So I've got a few things. I mean, what I'm wearing now, the sports bra and the top, are both from Nike. Really comfortable. You can get them for quite reasonable prices. I'm really into Ivy Park as well. These I like these style of vests because you can just wear a sports bra underneath, and the drop armholes means that you're covered up reasonably well, but you're also really cool because you've got lots of breathing room. But equally, you don't have to spend much money. These are one of my favourite pairs of cropped leggings, really comfy. They're from Primark, and these are a pair of leggings, and I've actually got the matching top as well that I got as a birthday present, and these are from Misguided. So there's so many places that do workout gear now that you don't have to spend loads of money, but I would recommend if you're first getting into fitness, or if you're not wearing clothes at the moment that are designed specifically to exercising, that you do invest in an outfit or two, because it will make you feel better, it will make you more likely to exercise, and it will make you enable you to work out for longer when you are actually doing it. So my final tip is not to be too hard on yourself. Apart from, I suppose, if you're an athlete and you've got to train for a specific event, other than that, don't be too hard on yourself. If there's a day that you should have exercise and you don't feel up to it, that's fine, as long as it doesn't happen every single day. If you want to eat, if you want to eat a certain food on a certain day, do it. You know, if you've got a goal and you want to get there, the odd slip up along the way is going to be fine. I don't like it when people become so upset with themselves for missing a day at the gym, or missing an exercise class, or having that one chocolate cake or that one chocolate bar. I just don't think that's healthy for your mind as much as, you know, it might not be great for your body to have chocolate every day. I love carbs, I love chocolate. Those are two things that I'm never ever going to cut out of my life. I don't care what anyone says, and if anyone says that I should. So I've accepted the fact that I'm never going to have a washboard stomach, because I know that you cannot eat chocolate every day and get that. But as long as you've got some balance to your life, I think other than that, I eat pretty healthily, and I do exercise really regularly. So if you're going to have an off day, or an off week even, then don't be too hard on yourself. It goes back to what I was saying at the beginning about being careful with social media. You know, a lot of these fitness accounts make out that they're perfect all the time. They probably aren't. You know, people don't, on fitness accounts, people may not post their bit of carrot cake that they ate, or they may not post the day that they could not be asked to go to the gym, or they had really bad period pains, so they decided to stay in bed. They're not going to post that on their account. So just take everything you see with a pinch of salt, and make sure that you're kind to yourself, as well as motivating yourself to get towards those goals as well. So I feel like I've rambled on a lot, but hopefully this was of some use. Do let me know if it was, by either leaving me a comment or giving me a thumbs up. And as I said, makeup and beauty is the main subject of my channel, but I do throw in the odd fashion and lifestyle bit here and there. So if there are any other requests in that kind of subject area that you have, then please, again, do mention them down below in the comments. And otherwise, I will see you in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you next time.